So boys, today I have a trading method for you to potentially double or triple your coins every single week using this beginner friendly trading method. It can literally make you anywhere from sort of 10 to 100,000 coins per day, but more realistically, you're going to be making, I'd say about 10 to 30,000 coins a day passively in the background whilst you do other trading methods, which can really boost your coins. So yeah, boys, this one's more of a passive trading method than like an active on-the-game trading method. There are two different ways you can do it. The second one I really like. And yeah, boys, at the end, I'm going to explain about 4 or 5 tips that help you do this method better than anyone else that does it, right? So this, boys, is out-of-pack trading with lower-end cards, which people get wrong all the time, right? I went to make a video on this and I thought, let me try it first. And within about half an hour, we already got sales on this Daroon. So yeah, boys, let me first explain to you why this worked. And this is the part that'll make you a better trader in the long run, all right? So jumping over onto FUTBin, we can see that this Daroon went out of packs this Friday, right? As he got a cornerstones in the Team 2 promo. So he went out of packs this Friday. And jumping straight into the graph, the reason this works is as these non-rare gold cards and lower end cards go out of packs on a Friday or on a Wednesday with Team of the Week, they basically just get cut off on the supply. There's no more supply of this card, and then demand goes up, right? And I have a few different ways you can utilize trading these cards. And like I say, both of them can really make you some good coins. I think a lot of people get this one wrong. But yeah, these cards go out of packs, and basically the supply on them is completely cut off, but the demand is still the same. So for example, this Daroon, right? He's an 81 rated, good league, good nation. He has demand from things like SBCs normally. So he still has that demand. And as you can see, he has crazy spikes and dips in price, which we're going to take advantage of, as well as a nice big spike here when he goes out of packs. Like I say, let me show you how you take advantage of this both ways. Starting with, boys, how to find these cards that you're going to out of pack trade with for the rest of this video, okay? The way you can do this on a site like FUTBin is go to the squads and start off with the out of pack promo or team of the weeks that are out of pack currently. So I did this with cornerstones when I was looking at this method. And like I say, I seen Daroon down here, but what you're looking for in these squads is a couple things. The first thing you're looking for is non-rare gold. Although it seems a bit counterintuitive, non-rare golds are actually way rarer or like way less supplied on the game than rare golds. So low-rated rare golds really just don't dip that much. And the second reason for non-rares is that they can go down to like 400, 350 coins, where rare golds are obviously capped at like a 650, 700 coin bottom. So you can't make as many coins on them. So yeah, you're looking for non-rare golds, but the second thing you're looking for is good league and good nation, okay? It's as simple as that. So I normally go to the bench because we're looking for non-rare golds. We're ignoring these out-of-packs, like big cards that people do. A lot of people trade with Adeyemi and Wirtz and João Neves, the cards that they think are meta. So we're not doing that today. That's a different method, right? This is looking at these cards down here for you lower budget guys. And yeah, we're looking for those non-rare golds with a great league and a great nation. So straight away, I'm looking at Daroon, Gunter, Carlos Gil is okay, but we're going to avoid him because he's MLS, right? Then you've got Angel Gomez, English French League is great. Still has a rare gold, so you go and check that. He's a rare gold, but not interested. Same with this Akliush, he's a rare gold. And then Lajuli and Turland are also really good, okay? So these are the big nation and especially big leagues out of pack non-rare gold in both the promo teams, but you can also go and do this with the teams that are currently out of packs in Team of the Week. A lot of these cards, bronze and silver, you want to ignore bronze and silver cards. They're a little bit dodgy in terms of like the supply and demand on them. We're looking at these non-rare golds, like Igor Thiago is another really good one, right? Brazilian Premier League. Then once you know what to look for in a card, non-rare gold, good league, good nation, you've got to start. We can now take a look at method 1, which is trading these out-of-pack cards, which is just such a good, perfect, passive, low-budget trading method to make so many coins in the background of your week, right? If we look at, for example, this Igor Thiago, okay? He went out of packs last Wednesday, which is around here, okay? Since this last Wednesday, you can already see straight away, look at this big spike here, and look how many little dips he has, okay? Basically, this card's still needed for SBCs, mainly those puzzle SBCs. It can be for Evos as well. If you spot a non-rare gold in the Team of the Week or the promo that looks like a perfect Evo card, it's also a great opportunity for that. I prefer these SBC-heavy cards. It would be great if he was higher rating as well. Any card that are 80 plus non-rare golds are really, really good. That's why the Daroon works so well. But this Igor Thiago, you can see here, look at the spikes and look at the dips, okay? These are so easy to spot as well. And what I love about this is how low risk it is, right? So if you're new to trading or a beginner, this is just so perfect for you. Because these Igor Thiago, when he gets to these low points throughout the day, it drops to as low as 500 or even lower, like 450 coins a lot of the times. So you can pick him up pretty much no risk. Because if you pick these cards up and they don't spike very soon, you can always just lazy sell them on. And at worst, just break even, right? But what we're looking for is these huge spikes here as well. So the method is as simple as this in terms of method 1, where you're going to look throughout the day, and whenever you're online, just keep checking these cards every now and then and have a look when you get to these dips, right? So for Igor Thiago, you can see this dips since Wednesday is about 500 coins or below. So whenever this card hits 500 coins or below, just pick a load up. There'll be loads on the market, right? It's a low-rated non-rare gold card that people find in their club. So even though he's not supplied, they go on the market quite a lot. You pick them up for no more than that absolute bottom point, right? Ideally, it's as close to discard as possible. Then, you just, as soon as you buy these cards, list them up for these high points here. So, for example, with Igor Thiago, I'm looking to list mine up for between 750 and sort of 1,000 coins. I wouldn't go too high because a lot of the times, if you see a massive spike on the card and then it comes back down, it's not normally going to reach that spike again. It's normally a one-off. But these sort of consistent spikes, you can see where he's hitting 700, 750 quite consistently, are really not hard to aim for. So once you've bought the cards, you can just list them for a range between 700 and in this case, like 700 and 900 coins, right? Throughout the day. And it seems like such a small profit margin. But because you can pick up hundreds of these cards at the low and then sell them, and then pick them up again at this low and then sell them, and he dips again, you can pick them up again and then sell them at the next high. It is just a constant cycle of coins that once you get a few cards a week, you can do with this. You can do this with, like Igor Thiago and De Bruyne this week. You find a few more, and you just keep buying at the lows, keep selling at the highs, and that 200 coins on 100 cards throughout the day builds up to 10, 20, 30, 40, and even 50,000 coins. If you can catch this dip here and this spike here, it's literally doubling your coins, right? If you bought 50 of these Igor Thiagos at 500 coins, or you bought 20 or whatever you bought, and then you sold them all here, and it's 1,000 or 900 coin, you're literally doubling your coins for such an easy passive method. So yeah, boys, in terms of what to buy and sell for, it's as simple as buy as close to discard as possible at these lows and just sell for sort of, I would say, a minimum of 200 to 500 coins profit. If you're getting 200 coins profit a card for such an easy trading method, don't sniff at that, right? Sometimes you get massive spikes on these cards. Sometimes you won't. That's why you diversify and look for a few each week. Boys, looking at one more card for method 1 of the trading method we're going to show you. We're going to look at this Christian Gunter card. So as you can see, he got a card instead of Thiago, who got a team of the week. He got a Cornerstones on Friday, right? So as we can see, he gets this out-of-pack Cornerstones on Friday. And instantly, look at this, right? Look at the spikes and dips on this card. So you can just constantly, throughout the day, buy this card at 400, sell at 650. Buy this card at 350 down here, sell at 600. It is just constant throughout the day. Dip, spike, because of the supply and demand on these cards. And then remember, because this is quite passive and you're doing it in the background, you could be trading elsewhere and making more coins while you're doing this as well. So yeah, boys, that's method 1. That's trading with them throughout the week. But there's an even better way you can make coins from these cards. Let's jump into method 2 and I'll show you how. So for this, boys, method 2, I'm jumping over to Twitter and we're looking at what happened last week with Cornerstones Team 2. And I can't believe that I missed this. And now that I know this method, I'm going to be abusing this going forward. And I really think you should as well, right? Last week, we got this leak for Cornerstones Team 2. And we all hate leaks, right? But they happen. And we got it at 8:30 p.m. on the 2nd, which is the Thursday, right? And a lot of people straight away focus on these high-end cards like Wirtz, Ronaldo, Trent, Pina especially, of course. What I look at is look at these lower end cards. Gomez, Carlos Gil, Aklucci, Lazuli, Gunter that we just talked about, right? So if you did this with Gunter, first of all, look at Gunter, right? On the Thursday here. That Gunter at 8 p.m. was 400 coins. At 9 p.m., 500 coins. You can still put this card up on mass. And then look at this on the weekend. He's up at 1,000 coins, 700 coins, 800 coins. It was that simple. But look at this one. This is a great example, and it's why you diversify, right? This Lazuli was also, as you can see, leaked in this Cornerstones Team 2, okay? And a lot of people overlooked that because they went for maybe Gunter or Angel Gomez or a few of the other cards. Look at this Lazuli, right? Here, on Thursday, you can see the 2nd, 8 p.m. was about here. She's at 450 coins and no one even gave her a look. She just stays, right? Even on Friday morning, that's when she gets that initial jump to 600. But that's Friday morning, right? It's not like you have to jump on this rapid. You had hours to do this after the leak, okay? So you look, she's 400 coins. And then look what slowly happens to this card as she's not in packs, but she's needed in more and more SBCs, right? She goes up and up. Okay, she got an unnatural spike there, but even ignore that. That could be like a TikTok pump and dump for all we know. Ignore that, right? She just keeps going up naturally. Look at this, 1.3, 1.4. She's currently sat at 1.2 thousand coins. If you just bought with the leak pretty simply at Thursday night, 400 coins en masse, right? And she's now, what, 1.2? She got to 1.5. You're more than tripling your coins on such an easy investment You didn't have to beat the leakers. You didn't have to like get ahead of everyone else. This was such an easy spot. Now, this is a little bit of hindsight. Why, you know, she's the one that jumped the most in price. But if you spread your bets, every card goes up. And if you just spread your bets, you're going to get one of the cards that spikes like this in price. Another example of this was this Elizabeth Turlum, right? Again, cornerstones on Friday. Once again, if you look at Thursday, right? Thursday, she goes up a little bit. Thursday night here, when the leak actually comes out, I think she was needed for marquee matchups and some of the solutions, so she goes up. Then Thursday night, when the leak comes out, again, 400 coins is that she gets to 500 coins. You get her in, but like after those leaks, like I say, hours after, she's up at 1,000 nearly the next day, and she's even up just at 600 rather than 400 for the rest of the week. And then she recently got this mad spike because again, I think she was needed in an SBC. She's back down at 1,000 now, which even if you sell her for 1,000, right, and you pick her all for 500 on that Thursday night, you're doubling your coins again en masse. So again, this was as simple as looking out for the leaks on the promo teams and the team of the week teams that come out every single week, and look at these bottom end cards, non-rare golds, good league, good nation, good position as well for SBCs, right? Look at those cards and have a look what they are after the leak. If they're still low down, go and buy a few, go and pick up 10 of each. Why? It doesn't harm your club. It's not a lot of coins. Give it a few days, lazy sell them in the meantime. If you're new to lazy selling, you basically just list the card for a couple hundred coins more than what you bought for, or a couple, if it's a more expensive card, a couple % more than what you bought for. Because if you lazy sell them, a lot of people buy them when they're doing SBCs, like without looking at the actual price. So you'll get some sales in the meantime. And then when a nice spike comes on one of the cards, like I say, double or triple your coins, and it's so easy, okay? So now that you've got all that, that's all well and good, but I've got some big tips for you, which will help you do this better than anyone else. This is sort of like the big cards who I know that are going to go up in price more than the rest. It's what to look out for and who not to buy, things like that. So if you follow these tips, right, you're going to be smashing this, doing it way better than everyone else who is, okay? Number one is women cards. Why do I say this? Because for some reason, they are more rare on the game. I should probably know this. I'm assuming the pack weight on them's the same. Maybe people just see them and discard them more. But you'll see this throughout the year when you do other trading methods that I'm going to show you, like fodder trading and stuff. Women cards are just more rare than the men cards, so they have nice higher spikes, okay? So we're going to use this Lazuli as an example. It was not hard to tell that she was going to do so well because she's perfect league, perfect nation, great club. She's 80 rated as well. Like I said before, the higher the rating is really good because these SBCs that need like puzzle teams, but they need higher rating as well. These cards do really well in the FUTBin AI solutions. It likes to use these cards a lot. So this Lazuli was such a good call because she was a woman. I know it sounds weird, right? If this was a man card on this, just a different PSG 80 rated right back, it might not spike as much. It seems weird, but trust me, you'll start to notice it. Next thing is have 100 of these cards or near 100 selling at all times. As you can see here, I have got some Thiagos ready to sell that I've just picked up, and I've started to already sell the Daruns within like half an hour. I have just started this method because I wanted to test if it works, and clearly it does, right? I've been doing some other stuff like icon trading and chem style trading, so I've obviously not got 100 at the minute. But when you're doing this, the way these methods work when you're picking cards up en masse is essentially if you just list one or two and they don't sell, then people start to think the method's not working because they list them at like once or twice, it's not selling. That's not the way you do it, right? You list these cards en masse. When you list en masse, you can list for a few hundred coins higher because maybe 10 or 15 out of the 100 will sell. You make a few extra 100 coins on all the cards because you've just listed so many, and you keep repeating that every single hour, and the coins just do start flowing. So please list at least 90 cards, let's say, if you're doing some other trade in the background. Second is to list cards overnight, okay? I've been doing some icon trading recently, and everyone seems to know that when you're doing icon trading, you also list the cards overnight for 6 hours or more. But for some reason, when we're doing like other trading methods, like these out-of-pack trading methods, people don't seem to do that. Always list cards overnight. A lot of cards like this that are needed for SBCs and they're out of packs get even rarer overnight because obviously everyone's going off the game. So when you're done listing for an hour each, like throughout the day, each hour, then list them for 6 hours overnight at the same price, and then repeat for 1 hour the next day, and so on and so on. But the last most important tip you need for this, right? Let me take you over to FUTBin because this one is super important. Please don't get this wrong. Recently, the trader on YouTube you'll see, who I think is a legend, by the way, go and subscribe if you haven't already, but Nitro Gaming, he does loads of good trading videos. He recently got banned, you'll see in this video here, right? And he was doing a similar method to what I'm showing you here, I believe, but he was doing it with Sailmakers. I've not looked into exactly what he was doing, but I believe it was something similar, right? He's a gold common who was going out of packs for Team of the Week, so I assume it was something similar. But he got caught in a new phenomenon that I just want to call the TikTok pump and dump, which what is happening, believe it or not, people on TikTok accounts are making fake Evos and fake like SBCs that are coming out telling you about why to buy certain players. And what it's doing is it's spiking these cards like crazy. It happened with Sailmakers here. They choose these out of pack cards because there's no supply on them. So it's easier to make them spike. And what happened was Nitro bought this card as a good investment as he was, lower down here at 400 coins. He gets a nice normal spike to sort of 1,000, 1,500 where you could sell. But then he got this really unnatural spike to about 10,000 coins nearly, which was because of a TikTok pump and dump. He sold all his cards and he got banned because EA think you're coin transferring. And yes, this is possible. So if this does happen to one of your cards, yes, it seems like you can cash in and make absolute bank. I'd be very cautious. If your card goes above 3,000 or 4,000 coins, even if it is for a legitimate reason like an Evo, just be very, very cautious when selling. Boys, leave a like if this video helped you out at all. You'd be an absolute legend. And if you've got any comments whatsoever about trading, leave them down below. I'll get to every single one, including talking about market crashes. We've had a lot of market crashes recently. I'd recommend you go watch this video below where I talk about exactly how to spot and predict the market crash, which can save you loads of coins on your team throughout the year. But boys, like always, until next time, I'll see you in a bit.